Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Ulfhednar back at it again. It's your boy, and today I'm gonna talk about Hatchet Gauntlet, medium build, no intelligence, straight to business, attributes. I already did this build over a year ago, some may remember that, but I revived it back because now it works better. 200 Constitution and 150 Dex is the baseline for me for any Hatchet medium build. 150 Dex for less stamina. We can dodge for days with this build, I'll show you later on. 200 Constitution with more armor, both the physical and elemental, is super good on medium, and rest points go into strength because that's the main scaling attribute for Hatchet, and that's our damage dealer. Masteries, the full berserk upgrade tree here. We got Empower from light attacks, we get some against all odds more damage as well. This perk will be dead next patch, so you wanna put this point into Desperate Refresh, so we can access Defy Death. We get Frenzied Purge, which is very powerful against Fire Staff mages, especially next patch. So there are two skills you want to have always, which is Berserk and Social Distance. This one applies a slow, so you can catch two targets much better, much faster. If you have a debuff on the target, it gives you haste here as well. And then it applies Root if the target is more than 6 meters away. Also does a pretty nice damage, not too bad. Sadly, the distance isn't too crazy, but it's still good. The main passives here are this one for stamina on crit chance from light attacks and aim it throws, and then Adrenaline Rush. With these two, we can dodge so often. Someone called this build, or any of my medium hatchet builds, they call it kangaroo build, because we could just keep jumping. And because of this, your third skill should be the lowest cooldown skill, which is running throw. So with this build, the third skill could basically be anything: Fel Rush, Torrent, running throw, or infected throw. It's all up to you. I like to be quick on the feet, as they say. I don't like to be stuck in animations, so I don't really like Fel Rush unless this one is paired with a CC. But I'm not a fan at all. This can get you punished in that animation. But it's good stagger and damage. Kills healers pretty much if you have teammates. Running throw is very good. Low cooldown. Applies rend, which means the target will take more damage. Also not a bad damage either itself, considering the cooldown. Or you can give it Infected Throw with the Disease and Weaken. Weaken will be pretty powerful next patch as well. So I kind of like this one. You can get the perk for this skill as well that reduces stamina regen. It's up to you. I tried it, but someone said it doesn't work. I don't really test it myself like that much. But yeah, I don't really like any perks for Hatchet, to be honest. Like, all of them are pretty bad. The slow for Fel Rush is not justified. It's just too short. Great for Berserk, maybe next patch. But this is the Hatchet tree. We got into Gauntlet. We are basically playing this weapon only for the skills, not for passives at all, because we won't be long enough on the Gauntlet to stay there to proc passives. But we got Oblivion, which gives you Empower. That also applies Weaken on the target. Another Weaken, there we go. We get Stamina per second, which is insane. But next page it will be nerfed. More to that later. We got Scream, which is the root, and you definitely need the weapon perk for this skill on the weapon itself, which applies Disease. I'll show later on as well. This is a good stagger, applies root, so your rotation would be always, Oblivion into root. But before that, you also always want to start with Orb of Decay. This one applies rent, up to 3 stacks. But because it's detonate, we can apply 2 stacks right away. So you just send this, detonate on the body, on the enemy, on the player, and boom, 2 rent stacks. Apply that to a running throw, for example, with Hatchet. Amazing. So these were the masteries. Now into the gear, I'm focusing on these 3 perks. So Resilient is the classic. Must-have to for PvP. Refreshing, I'm a huge fan of cooldown reduction, so I love this thing. Now we got Shaken Fortification for the damage mitigation. Next patch, we'll see how powerful or not powerful this will be. It looks pretty damn nerfed, but I want to replace this perk with Shirking Heals next patch. That should be pretty insane because I do run Divine on Amulet. I will explain in a second. So basically, all these items are the same. Shirking Fortification, Refreshing, Resilient. If you don't want Refreshing, you can go with Elemental Aversion. Now Boots is the only difference here. I have Oblivion perk, which removes a buff on the target, which could be any hot or any buff like 45 buff. And also the recharge, the cooldown is 10% faster. And now my amulet is Divine health, stamina recovery. Like health and stamina recovery is definitely a musting. These two perks you need to have on any build, I would say. So if you can only afford two perker for this setup, I would go with Fortification Resilient. If you want to be more on the safe side for next patch, go with Aversion Resilient as a 2 perk. For Amulet, Recovery, Health, but this Divine is very nice for the Berserk heal or Defy Death heal next patch. Also applies to Hardy Meal here, Potions here, so that's super useful. And my ring is Champion's Ring. This comes from a PvP track reward, which is exactly right here. It comes from a second checkpoint. It never appears in one or a third checkpoint, so in the first and third, always in the second. And all the ring also as a little slight note, Invigorated Punishment, although it's his abilities, but this does work on light and heavy attacks as well. It doesn't only work on abilities itself. I did test it myself, but after the patch, in 2 weeks, I need to retest that. Because you never know what they ninja patch. E-Ring, Classic Refreshing, Purifying Toast. I love these two perks. They are going hand to hand very well. Also, Purifying Toast, the Dispel to debuff is super handy, super useful. You can dispel a root, you can dispel a debuff like Disease or Exhaust or Rent or Weaken. It's a random pick though for the debuff dispel, so you have to be lucky. Now, the third perk, I was running Refreshing, but the regeneration is pretty cool too. I kind of like that. Never really played it, but it's pretty nice. I would say 5 refreshings is enough on the armor, but if you like more refreshing, go for it. Now, Hatchet. I've been experimenting with shirking anything. Shirking Arcane would probably be the best, or was it Lightning? Shirking Lightning as well, I think there is. Enchanted, because we are all about the light attacks. You can go with Vicious, but I think Enchanted is much stronger. Now, Kill Jagged is the best third perk, because you could go with Kill Empowered, but we have so many Empower sources that we would be overcapped anyway. That would be a dead perk pretty much, so Kill Jagged is the thing. This also charges your Heartrune, which is amazing. And Shuriken is pretty nice, since we can dodge millions of days, and we can dodge 24/7, so this pops pretty often. You just need to get used to the enemy attacks and time your dodge, so you can dodge their attacks pretty much to proc this. Not only this, so you can proc Shuriken Fortification as well. These two perks work the same, so it's already 2 bonuses in 1 dodge. Void Gauntlet, I did go with Keen Speed, but since we're not really that, staying on the Void Gauntlet for that long, I guess you don't really need it. What you could go with second one, you could go with, I don't know. Hard to say. There is nothing really as what to pick as a secondary. But Scream is the main thing here for the disease. Again, 40%. Apply Infected Throw, you're already at the cap. But because of this 40%, I recommend going for any throw for the rent. It's really up to you. I like the Weaken on Infected, combined with Oblivion, which also applies Weaken. When it comes to the gems, you want to get 2 different rune glasses for your weapon. So you can see here, I'm running Opal on both, but this one is electrified with the lightning damage, and this one should be Arboreal, which is a nature damage per second. I do have different hatchet here. I can show you. For example, this one right here. See, you want to have Arboreal, and then secondary you want to have electrified, for example, or Abyssal. Anything but fire. Don't go with fire because people will gem socket against fire absorption next patch, in my opinion. So I have 2 hatchets with Empower as well, Keenly Empowered, but Keenly Jagged on top. I do have a attunement as well, but the damage you can get with Oblivion and whatnot, Berserk and Shuriken Abyss, or Shuriken overall, is just crazy. Heartrunes. I have been a big fan of Stoneform, since it dispels the CC you have on you. You're immune to staggers and CC again as well. This one heals you. It's a great heal. It's really powerful, even though your damage is reduced, which we don't really mind since we have so many Empower effects and whatnot, so our damage is not that noticeable like when it comes to decrease. Another variations you can go is the Wines here. Either Leeching Vines like I have or Brittle Vines. Those apply rend, but their stam regen is reduced, which again doesn't matter because we have Oblivion and we have Crit on hit with the Hatchet and whatnot, so we can go with Brittle, probably would be better. But Berserk gets lifesteal instead of heal next patch, so maybe this Leeching Vines with some leeching perks could be good. You could go with the classic Brutal Detonate, it's up to you. You could go even give it the goddamn Cannon. The only thing I don't like with Cannon and Vines and Bile Bomb, for example, is It unequips your weapon, so if you have Berserk on, it cancels out the Berserk and some other buffs as well. I'm not a huge fan of that. But if you are planning to switch the weapons, you know, after, for example, like Oblivion, Scream, you did a couple hits with Hatchet, then you go with Wine's Rune, then you pop Berserk, go hard, you could totally go with that. Consumables, I do use Gemstone Dust against mages for elemental damage reduction, or I use Oak Flesh. Not really an OPR, because this gets pretty expensive, but this is for melees. So I'm talking about arenas. We got the classic potion, Regen Potion. We got a Hardy Meal for healing. Again, Divine applies to that thing, so it heals even more. We got a Honing Stone, tier 5. I'm using the Carrot Cake. This is pretty cheap. Strength, Constitution. The last food you want to have is Desert Sunrise. This is amazing, which is because it's reducing the duration of the dots. This is great against spears, rapiers, fire staff, you name it. When it comes to gems on the armor, I am running Energized on stamina on hit. This is amazing. Now, Punishing would be everyone's to go, but But Punishing is not in Empower category, which means on paper it should be 5% for all Punishing gems, I believe. But in reality, it's 2% because it's base weapon damage. And that one is always lower. So do I want to sacrifice the absorption, the higher absorption for 2% damage? Nah. I would rather take stamina on hit, which again pairs super well with our Oblivion or stamina on hit from a Hatchet. It's amazing synergy over here. When it comes to combos rotations, I already told you, you want to proc detonate on the target. Just press it 2 times in a row. Boom, double rank stack. You can also proc in speed, as you can see right now. Then you want to go with a Oblivion into Scream, V-Weapon swap, animation cancel Berserk. You can take a look at the video of how to cancel Berserk up top over here. I will have a link. And basically, the dodge in Oblivion is part of the bat. You hit once, you dodge, hit twice, you dodge, hit once, you dodge, and so forth, so forth. So 1 hit, 2 hits, dodge in between. Got Detonate, got Oblivion. Animation cancel Berserk. Always want to keep an eye on the stamina of your, you know, when you dodge in Oblivion, since you get stamina per hit. But on the safe side, yeah, if your damage is high and you believe you can kill a target, you can do 1 hit and dodge. But on the safe side, if you're against a bruiser or tankier targets, you can go with double attack and dodge. You will still be at the high stamina because, you know, we keep hitting on the target as well, which procs that those gems on the armor, energized gems, and the Hatchet passive as well. You want to have the throws on your downtime of Berserk. You can even kite a little bit, like that with social distance. You can also block. If you press social distance and you block, you can cancel out the throwback, you know, or just limit the throwback. But if you press A or D or W, you don't get thrown back from social distance. But it was the change in the latest patch, almost. And when it comes to combat, I think that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, just hit me down below in the description. I will also have a link of this beautiful thing called, I'll have it on the screen in a second, called New World Guide. They have amazing, I would like to call it New World Armoring, but this is just a loadout for your build. As you can see over here, you can see everything. So I've set up all the items in here that I'm wearing and the perks. You can see the weapons. Stoneform, I mean the Heartrune, you can have the Consumables here as well. Trophies, we don't have any for PvP targets, but you literally have it here. You can even see the 3D model, what the gear looks like on me. Here are the masteries for both weapons. Hatchet and Gauntlet. This is the detailed description of the items, so you don't have to hover over it. And these are the consumables down below. I will put a YouTube video down below here as well. I will talk about I might mention the combo as well, how you should proceed with this build. But I will have this also in the description of this video. And I'll show you some clips. I would like to thank you all for being here, for watching. And until next time, y'all have a good one. And talk to you hopefully soon. See ya. I got some boogers in here. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'll try to win these. Well, I just messed up on that. Took way too much damage. Oof, man. Oof. Yeah, one down. I just voice cracked. I'm 12, by the way. He's a full brazier, full heavy. -2. Let's go, baby. Let's go. This 1v2 was for you, Fame. Nice javelin. Nice try. Dead. GG. Oh man, did I miss the root? That's sad. I don't win. This guy has no chance. Check where the women are hot. He's from his, yeah. You're right, Fame. Where the women are hot. And where the beer is good. Yo, Guy, I'm more of the follow. Thank you very much, my man. Welcome to the stream as well. Appreciate it. Best porn stars and New World streamers in Czech Republic. Coincidence? I don't think so. That's, yeah, man. Definitely not coincidence. It was, it's just best country, man. And living here is also the best, right? We're so close to the VG Rapier tech yet so far. Never. Rapido? Never, man. Holy fuck, this either is paper. Was it worth it, Galactero? If you ask yourself. Nice. Not bad, not bad. And we got a musket guy back at it again. Is he light? Got it, coach. This is gonna be rough. I was kidding. It was not gonna be rough. Got it, coach. No stamina, this guy's dead. No stamina as well. Sweet, doesn't work. He's dead as well. GG. He's dead. Not bad, not bad. Have next question. Sundering Shockwave and Transient can stack? They can indeed, yes. Yes. You got me in 5 minutes? Yeah. Oh, you wanna fight? Oh, let's bring it, man. There's someone else hitting me. He's dead. Got it, coach.